Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from, where am I? Verde Valley in Arizona. Oh my gosh, my brain is, my brain is so fried right now. I got another good night's sleep. It was cold. I was snuggled underneath my weighted blanket, which was just awesome because it gives me a really good night. I got 5 solid hours, which is like yesterday, the most solids, the longest period of solid sleep I have had in a long time. It's something that I've struggled with since Brad passed, is that even when he was in hospital, I could not sleep if he was not in the house. So the nights that he was in hospital, I didn't sleep very well, got little sleep here, little sleep there, would nap in the room next to his hospital bed and that sort of stuff. And but once he came home, I started getting a better sleep when we had the caregivers there overnight. And but once he passed away, it's been a struggle getting a good night's sleep, trust me. And without going on prescription medications, I've tried probably just about everything. And they'll work for 2 or 3 nights, and then that's it. After the 3rd or 4th night, I am like wide awake. But today was good. I got 5 hours, solid 5 hours of sleep, so that was awesome. Woke up, lazed a little bit and read for a little bit in bed, which I don't normally do. And so I just laid and read there for a little bit, and then got up, showered, dressed, all of that sort of stuff, and did the morning routine. And then I sat down, got the computer set up, did some stuff online that I needed to do, did some work stuff, and then I got into writing. And I started around 10 o'clock this morning, and at 5:20, my brain was sort of like, I'm not going to work no more. My brain was sort of like, I'm done. And I had little breaks throughout the day, got up, made shakes, filled up my water bottle, bathroom breaks, went on Facebook a little bit there, but the inspiration was just coming. It was just flowing. I have never written the amount that I wrote today before. I have done a little bit here and a little bit there, but this is the first time that I have sat down and written for so long and produced so much. And I had notes that I'd written out yesterday, that I'd handwritten out yesterday, and today it was all about getting it onto the computer. And one thing that happens that when I write with a pen, it just flows. It flows. And I don't stop writing until either I run out of ink, my hand gets too sore, or the ideas dry up. So then, and then I have to move it over into my program where I'm keeping track of everything, so everything's in one place. And I'm busy typing it in, and as I'm typing it in, more stuff is just pouring out of my brain. And so the little bit I wrote yesterday became a huge chunk. And I've got this storyline that's going. It's this book that's going. It takes place in 2 time periods simultaneously. So you're following along in the present day with what is happening and what is being discovered, and at the same time we're taking you back in time so you get to see the real story as it happened. But then that real story that happened splits into two different stories. I've never written a novel before, so this is. I mean, I've done a ton of creative writing when I was growing up. English was my favorite subject at school. I loved the writing portion. You got to get there, you got to sit down, you got to write. I had no problem doing that. I loved the creative writing side. I have never written a novel before, so this is something brand new. But I could not believe when the brain just sort of said, "That's it, we've had enough." And I sat down and I just looked back at what I'd written today. I was like, where the hell did all that come from? It was like, wow. And basically it was just typing it. It was just ideas about, here's this character. This is their storyline. Here's this character. This is their storyline. These are the characters that come into their storyline, and just basically writing down idea after idea after idea. And it basically took a story form. So now I've got to go back once I've finished, because I've still got one more storyline that I have to go and do for a character. And then I have to figure out, because I'm at a crossroads in one storyline, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to solve that. But then it's going back and cleaning it all up, because basically the story is written. I've just got to go back and put in the descriptions and the dialogue. Pat it out a little bit with descriptions and dialogue. And then once I get something that's cohesive and actually looks like a story, then hopefully by then I will be, not hopefully, hope is not a strategy. By then I'll be back in San Diego, and I have an awesome writers group. We meet on Tuesday nights. We take along stuff that we've written and take copies of it so that the other people can read it, and they're making notes in the margins. They're picking up your grammar errors, spelling errors, word usage, that sort of stuff, finding the long sentences, and circling areas that don't quite make sense, or saying, this part reads really, really good, or making suggestions on how you could word something a little better or describe it a little better. So it's really good because you've got other authors there and we're all critiquing each other's work. It's awesome. I love my Tuesday night group, and I kind of get bummed when I'm on the road because I don't get to be with them, because they're such a great group of people. And so I'm looking forward to going back to San Diego and just, when we get back to San Diego, going on Tuesday nights and just saying, here's my stuff, this is what I've written. And the other thing I did today is I checked up on the next place that I'm going to, which is between Phoenix and Tucson, and there is some stuff around there, but it's distant, and there's no close rental car places. So it's sort of like, and it's only about an hour and a bit from, like an hour and 20 minutes from Tucson, where I'm going to be in Tucson. So I figured that if there's something there that I really want to see and do, I've got the time in Tucson to do it. So I could always take one of those days just to drive up there and do what I wanted, see what I wanted to see. We've got an ostrich park up there, farm. And I was trying to think what else is in the area. But I suddenly thought, the writing's going so well, the day break of driving would be really good, and then get back into writing again. So those 4 solid days that I have will be taken up with writing again. So I'm looking forward to it. And then when I get down to Tucson, I've already booked the rental car. We're going to pick it up 9 o'clock on Friday morning, and I'll drop it back 5 o'clock the evening before I leave. And I've already worked out what I'm going to go and see on what days, and on the time that I have there, because I've got to remember that the Saturday, Sunday I can't do anything because I've got Networking Riches on, and I can't wait to do that. I just wish I was in Colorado Springs for that. I really do, but it didn't quite work out that way. I'm definitely going to I'm going to try and get to Colorado Springs when they have no snow or expecting snow. So it'll probably be a summertime. So Casey, if you're going to do another one next year, make sure you do it in like summertime so I can drive there in the RV. Maybe we could do a road trip. That would be fun. But yes, I got that Saturday, Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to that. But I am super excited when I get down to Tucson that I get to go and experience the Old West, going down to Tombstone, to OK Corral, and seeing the reenactment of the gunfight and all that, learning more about why this was such a historical thing, why they've been celebrating it for 138 years. Then I get to go to Old Tucson, which is used as a movie set, a TV set, and all of that for the westerns. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have a huge passion, and I may even go up to Apache Junction because there's a ghost town up there, and it's at the bottom of Superstition Mountain. I'm still figuring that one out. I'm still working on what I'm going to do about that one, because I would really like to go there and check out the Superstition Mountain with mysteries and all that sort of stuff. And when you got me in mysteries, it's sort of like, yeah. But I'm got my notepad is ready for when I go to these places. I've got a small notebook that I take with me so I can jot down things, jot down stuff that's said, jot down things about history, that sort of stuff, because inspiration is all around. It's what I did when I was in Ketchikan, and I took lots and lots of photos of like billboards that were talking about Creek Street, about the history of Creek Street and stuff, so I would have it when I got back. I've been researching more on Creek Street, researching Ketchikan. It plays a major role in this book that I'm working on. So I haven't done any research the last few days. It's just been solid writing. And today was basically 7 hours of writing. And then the brain went, I've had enough. But it's been a good day. It's been a good day. I am super excited about what I wrote today. I can't wait to get back to it tomorrow. There's no way in heck I can do it tonight. I mean, I'm itching to get back to writing again, but the brain needs a break. I'm tired, and that's when I make mistakes and I get confused on storylines and stuff, and I'll just frustrate myself. So taking a couple of notes here and there, but apart from that, I'm just sitting with my feet up, crocheting on working on a blanket, which is probably about 3/4 done, and finishing off watching North and South. So I'm on to book 3 of that, and I think after this one I only have one more disc to do. So last night I was naughty. I was very naughty last night because I said I was going to watch 1 episode of North and South. Well, I ended up watching 2, and it was 11:30 before I got to bed last night. But it finished off book 2, and so today it's all book 3. There's like about 4.5 hours because only 3 episodes and they're an hour and 30 minutes. So yeah, about 4.5 hours. And I'm already halfway through the 2nd episode of book 3. So I'll probably be naughty again tonight. I think, yep, I've got time to watch the other. I'll get into bed earlier. But I got woken up this morning with the next door neighbours deciding to pull out early. And they have a diesel pusher. And with the way the parks are, the engine was right beside my bedroom. And of course, diesel pushers, the engine's in the back anyway. So they were their engine was right beside my bedroom. And that thing was noisy. And it echoes. So yeah, I got rudely awakened with that one this morning. So I probably could have slept longer, but that's when I decided I'm just going to lay here, read for a little bit till they go, and then I'll get up, maybe take a nap again. But no, that didn't work. So, but very invigorated by today, very excited about what's happening. And just so much inspiration. And this place, I had all the windows open today. I had the door open. All the screens were on. And I had my awning out, and the wind started picking up and getting quite blustery. And of course, if it would catch on the awning would almost act like a sail and start making the RV move. So I pulled the awning and I retracted that today, and that was okay. But my sinuses are like, you can hear it's all blocked up. They're running like crazy because of all the dust and crap that got blown in. So I'm going to have to do some housework tomorrow. But the cool part about being in an RV, it takes all of 20 minutes, maybe 30. If you want to do a deep clean, it might take you 30 minutes. But it's just basically, you don't have a lot of space. It's awesome. I hate housework, and I can get it done in 20 to 30 minutes. So, but I will look to see what the weather's doing tomorrow before I decide whether I'm going to do housework tomorrow or not. But I will definitely do it on, tomorrow was Friday. Tomorrow's the day before travel. Damn, I'm losing track of days. It's Thursday, right? Which means tomorrow's Friday and I travel on Saturday. So it means tomorrow's travel prep day. So there'll be some writing, and then it'll be putting everything away, buckling down the hatches, getting everything ready. So the next morning when I wake up on Saturday, it's get up, basically have breakfast, unplug, and hit the road. My drive down to... Where the heck am I going? I can't even remember the name of the place again. Begins with P. Nope. Drawing a blank. According to the RV program that I use for the RV safe roads and stuff, it's 3.5 hours. And I do have to do a shop along the way because there is no shopping area close to the RV park. It's in a town like 2 or 3 miles up the road. So I will stop and do a shop along the way, and that's good because I like to get out. Last time I did it at a Walmart, and I basically walked around. It was one of those super Walmarts, and so I did like a couple of laps of Walmart before I went and did my shopping. So I'm walking around with a cart, just walking around with this empty cart, doing a couple of laps around Walmart to get some exercise in, and then I went and did my shop. It's basically what things you find. So I'll probably do the same again. Go to the Walmart again and do a couple of laps around the inside there, and then go do my shop. Because I only just bought enough food for the 5 days for the fresh stuff, so I need to top up the fresh stuff. And then I know I'll have the rental car in Tucson, and I'll be out a lot as well. So I have to remember to take shakes with me, take bottled water with me, because I want to stay on my eating plan while I'm in Tucson touring around and everything. That's the important thing. I have to stay on my plan. Got to stay on the plan. So anyway, I'm going to take this fried brain, go do some more crochet. Want to watch the end of North and South. Maybe I'll get to the third and final episode. Maybe I won't. Depends on how the brain holds out. and then it'll be off to bed for another good night's sleep because I'm meant to be down in the 50s again tonight. Yes, I love this. I love cold temperatures. Weighted blanket, cold temperatures, perfect combination. Good night's sleep every time. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow. He konera.